Thank you for calling New York Psychotherapy and Counseling Center. To continue in English, press 1. Para español, oprima dos. If you are an existing patient and would like to change or reschedule an appointment, press 1. If you are seeking mental health services or would like... New York Psychotherapy is all day speaking about you.
Hi, can I speak with Dania Geronimo?
With who?
Dania Geronimo.
Okay, is that a therapist here?
Yeah.
Okay, are you a client?
Yep.
Okay, can I get your date of birth?
January 26, 1982.
January 26, 82, correct?
Yep.
And what's your name?
Ilona.
Oh, Ilona. Okay. 1 second. 12:30. Okay, she have a session with therapist. She gave you a call yet?
Yeah, she did. And I'm calling back.
Got it. All right, so let me just put you on brief hold. Let me see if I can transfer you directly to her, okay?
Okay.
At NYPCC, we believe everyone deserves access to the best mental health care, and we translate this belief into action every day. NYPCC provides quality care 7 days a week with extended hours to make it easier for Hello?
Hi.
Hi, Ilona. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm good. I'm fine. How are you feeling? How was your weekend?
It was okay. They're heating the building because it's getting warmer. Does that make any sense to you?
Right? It does not make any sense whatsoever.
Well, and I could shut off the heater in my living room, but I can't really shut it off in my bathroom.
Yeah.
I also had some electricity problems last week. Like, my fuses were blowing out.
Oh, yeah? Oh, no.
Yeah. So.
Wow.
And this morning, I ordered some food and it wasn't delivered.
Really? Where did you order from? What kind of food was it?
From Amazon Fresh.
Oh, okay. Oh. I don't think I ever ordered. Is that the same thing as getting your food from Whole Foods? Is it like the same thing, or is it?
Yeah, it's like that.
You know, they have.
But they don't take a delivery charge if you order for $50. They don't charge you for delivery.
Oh.
Whole Foods charges you like $10 or something for delivery.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I haven't done that in a while. I think I tried it once or twice, and it was pretty good, except for like produce. It's not. I had like one item. I think it was like some kale, and it was not good. It was bad, but everything else was pretty okay. How did your order come out? You said it wasn't very good.
What do you mean? They just didn't deliver it.
Oh, they didn't deliver it?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It's like always something else. I just, you know what it is? Like, it makes me depressed. I don't feel like compromising. I don't feel like compromising myself and adjusting to this sort of things.
Yeah.
I think like it's not right. I don't think the heater should be on in like the summertime, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. Where was all this heat when it was when it was cold in your apartment?
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's not right. I think it's when it's cold, you turn the heater on, not when it's hot.
Mm-hmm.
It is
You're right.
cold.
It's not cold.
I think
Maybe it's like
anybody.
not like chill.
I think
It's more
anyone
chilly
will
this
agree with
morning,
you.
but it's not cold.
It's cold. Stop lying.
You're cold. Go put some socks on. Go put some socks on if you're cold. It's not really cold.
How come it's cold? I thought you guys had like.
I don't know. His feet are probably cold because it's chiller in the morning than it is, you know.
Oh, okay. I see.
Now, apparently, this little island right here is the entire state of Florida. Let's see how much damage Shin Godzilla can
Can you make it not very loud? Like make it a little bit less loud. Thank you, baby.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think we had like 170-degree day. Like I think was it Friday? No, Saturday. Friday and Saturday were pretty good days. During the day, because it got chillier at night. But I think Friday and Saturday were very nice. Very good days.
It rained one of the days, I think. I think
Yeah,
Saturday
yeah,
it
yeah.
rained.
It did rain.
Yeah. So, I'm not reeling.
No. Yeah. Have you been able to go to the park or maybe go to the park with Patrick?
Go where? What?
To the park?
Not on the weekend.
No. Oh, okay.
We haven't gotten away from the neighborhood like in a
Oh,
while.
okay.
Yeah, it was like spring equinox or something, I think. You know, so it's
Yeah.
like officially spring.
Was it? When was it? A day ago or 2 days ago? I think.
I think it was yesterday or I'm not sure. It, but
Yeah, I
it
think
was
it
like over
was
this
maybe
weekend or
yesterday.
something. I'm not sure if it was yesterday, but it was like yeah.
Yeah. So it's like officially spring now, which is good. Which is a good thing. And how are you otherwise? How have you been feeling emotionally?
Depressed. I don't know. I look at people and I think, wow, they're not like very nice or very smart. There's a war in Ukraine and
Yeah.
just all this stuff that's been going on, you know, like
Mhm.
oh I checked and COVID's not you're right about the COVID. Like it's
Mhm.
like they really took care of it, which that's a positive. But the whole idea like kind of that I bet you it's not just me. A lot of people feel insecure with this. Like, you know, like I sometimes
Mhm.
feel like the government let this happen, you know, because their agenda was bigger than like the average person, you know,
Mhm.
and in general, like
Yeah.
I've been witnessing things that I can't, like you maybe can't find relatable that, the government just does things like that. And
Mhm.
it makes me a little bit depressed.
Yeah.
My hair is still falling out.
Oh no. That's not good. Yeah. Yeah, but that's definitely a good thing that COVID has it's better now. I mean, I don't think it's ever going to like quote unquote fully go away, but at least there's some sense of
Well,
normalcy.
what do you mean fully? Like they took care of polio and stuff. maybe they'll take care of it.
Of what?
Like, it's
Of
true, because
COVID?
I was skeptical too, but then I looked on the internet and you were right. It's not just that they're telling people to take off their masks, they really got the numbers down, thanks to vaccinations. And then they said, because I forgot to, I was supposed to on the weekend or something, or before the weekend, I forgot to get a booster shot, and
Yeah.
Dimitri went to get a booster shot, and they told him that they're actually making a vaccine that's like Omicron vaccine.
Mhm.
How good he is. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we're taking out those fiery gods.
Oh
You
yeah.
know?
Oh wow.
Yeah, so they should take care of it. I forgot to get a booster shot. I should get a booster shot. But when he went, they told him you should have waited a little bit, and then you could have gotten the Omicron version of it. So, but I told him I'm gonna go too, and then we'll get the Omicron vaccine. I don't know. Even though it's really like it's not that much of an issue anymore, the COVID, I'm still depressed about it. I just feel like, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's good.
All sorts of things this government does, you know, and it's just like you're not gonna question it, because most people in America, they live fairly wealthy, you know, and they're fairly demanding people, you know. We're not like an educated people, we're not like a nice people, but we live fairly wealthy, you know. And like that makes people just like not like care enough to question, you know, unless it affects them. But then when what affects you, like there's a lot of like so-called crazies, like with their random acts of violence or whatnot, and you're like, wait, I don't even know, because this government makes me depressed too, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's charging up on me. Wait, who is this? Is
No, it's true.
I mean, I would feel better like if my hair stops falling out or something like that, but I'll never like really like be over any of this.
really did anything to him? Yeah, but we need to go ahead and retreat on this one.
Yeah.
Boy, I'm about to hit this guy with
That's
the meanest boiling water he's ever been hit with in his entire life. Whoever wins this battle is the true king of monsters. You heard it here first.
But yeah, I think it's I still think it's a good idea to
Right now, he's terrified.
get the maximum, despite the fact that the numbers are down.
But he has
I
gotten
still do think it's a good idea to get like the maximum protection when it comes to COVID. You know, it kind of gives you a peace of mind.
it's so close. I gotta get him. That should have got him.
Yeah,
He's still standing.
it's, I mean,
Yeah.
rational to me too.
And it's time
Yeah,
to go
it doesn't take all the worries away, but it kind of makes you feel like, okay, I'm vaccinated, I'm boosted, so I feel, you know, maybe a bit more comfortable interacting with people or going into public. So that's always a positive thing.
So automatically, I think that thermonuclear Godzilla is going to be a little stronger.
Yeah.
It's like,
But hey, Burning Godzilla is still strong. Is that him right there? Oh, we're about to have a true fight
I don't know.
Godzilla versus that man.
Yeah.
COVID is going away, but it's just legit like people are like mindlessly cruel, and
I appreciate you. I don't think my attacks
you know,
How can he swim, by the way? My man is full of fire.
I don't know what to say.
Water with that.
Whatever. Can you hang on 1 second?
I'm not thinking my thermal pulse is going to hurt him.
Sure.
No, I'm not going to do it to Cam. He screamed at me. Hold on, let me go ahead and hit my rage roar on. Oh, yeah, that's right, Godzilla. Show him who's boss. And let's go ahead and jump in this water and find out where in the world all the kaijus are. Are they hiding from the boy right now? Well, what do we have over here going on in Tokyo? Okay, hello, thermonuclear Godzilla. Relax a minute. Oh, and there's Burning Godzilla right there. What's up, baby? What's he about to do? Is he about to explode? What was that? We're gonna have to try that out. I don't think my thermal pulse does anything to it. Let me see. I'm gonna hit it again.
Baby, here's your eggs. I'm sorry, you kind of like flipped over.
What is that right there? We've got a giant worm dog mixture coming after us right now. Hold on, you are getting
Oh, I'm back. Yeah, we we were eating ground beef for like a week almost. And it got me. Can you make it less loud? Hello. Because I'm on the phone. Okay. And I got excited. Like, I don't know, I'm lame, right? I get excited about ground beef. I have a little kid. So much stuff we could make with it. And now, like, it's just like, now I start making like diarrhea. Like, why?
Oh no. So it was good, but it was good for like a good week though.
Yeah. I had a hunch that I could just get ground beef and it was good, right? And I was like,
Yeah.
right on, my hunch.
Iced tea.
Hang on 1 second. And then it's just like, oh, all right. And I don't know how clever I have to be to like, you know, get like meals together and everything. It's a lot of stress, you know. And I don't know, like, sometimes I feel like, you know, like people are not nice. like I can't imagine being like, I don't know what to say. Like I can't what I'm trying to say is like I can't thank anyone except myself for surviving.
Yeah.
You know? So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I think you are doing the best that you can given the circumstances, right? Like, I think that you are, you know, doing the best that you can despite the unfortunate circumstances with the food and everything else that's happening in your life. So, yeah, you should definitely give yourself credit.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, like, it's not circumstance, like, because, like, circumstance is, like, a word we use to, like, dismiss things. To me, it's an issue. An issue is something that I need to deal with, you know?
Yeah.
So, and people, like, dismiss this as circumstance because it doesn't concern them. But it's an issue, you know?
Yeah. So that might be a better word for it. An issue as opposed to a circumstance.
Yeah, you know, because like I told you, like I'm trying to like adjust to this. Like, how do I like not eat ground beef? You know, like, or like why should I just get used to like my hair like falling out or my skin being sensitive? I don't know. I don't know. I don't. Because then I feel like, you know, like it's, I don't know, whatever. Go ahead, what were you going to say?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what I was going to say. Yeah. For ground beef.
Yeah, it's definitely, like, raising a child like this, it's definitely difficult, you know? If I only knew, and you know what, like all my life, I feel like this is like, all my life, like most of my regrets, they don't stem from me being lazy. They stem from me being too trusting. Like, maybe like, I don't know, like, maybe it's how I was raised or something. Like, maybe I like, because I only came to, like, New York when I was, like, 8, you know? So, like, I'm just not used to people, like, just, like, people seem sometimes, like vicious or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I see what you mean. Because
and to the point of, yeah, go ahead. To the point of, like, stupidity, where it's not, like, servicing them. Like, it's not serving them to, like, be rude or be mean or something. It's just, like, part of their personalities now or something. Like, it makes them feel better or something to see somebody low. You know, I don't know. What were you going to say about New York? Because New York also seemed like a different place when I was younger.
Dog kind of city, you know? It's like, I feel like a lot of people in New York are in survival mode, and a lot of people in New York are just rude. Even if they are not trying to be rude, some of them are obviously rude. They know that they are being rude, but it's such a kind of like a fast-paced city, and there is not much of a sense of community in New York. You know, everybody is just doing their own thing for their own gain. It's just one of those kind of dog eat dog kind of city. So I could see where you're
It
coming from
used to
when it
be
comes to
like a
that.
little bit different. I feel like that, like maybe the times are tougher or something.
Yeah.
You know, they like, I don't know what's going on in this, you know, like I don't know if I feel like people did notice, but they kind of hushed it up because I read in the paper it was like a couple of years ago. No, it was more than it was like 10 years ago that the tourism just went down slowly. Like after 9/11, like the tourism just kept declining and stuff, and I feel like the motivations have become like different. Like people are more motivated by money in a time of prosperity. People were more creative, and even though they did have different industries, like they had like pushy industries here too. It was more diverse. Like now it's down to like law enforcement, and that makes for like ill boring and like you know if law enforcement is not like like um law enforcement in itself, like first of all you wouldn't need so much law enforcement in a prosperous city.
Yeah.
Second of all, law enforcement is very difficult to maintain. Like what kind of, I feel like it's not a valid industry. Like if you tell people there's a law enforcement industry, like there's a lot of money going in circles regarding law enforcement, they get scared because that just means misery. That means that somebody's making crime or stopping crime or something else like that, so I just when you take a look around, it's different. Maybe it's just me again. Maybe it's just me. I don't know why I'm depressed.
Mhm.
Sometimes I
Yeah.
think like when I can't sleep at night, I sit there and I'm like, like I hear the neighbors or something. I'm like, maybe the neighbors aren't letting me sleep. And then I'm like, wait, why would they do that, right? Why would they do
Yeah.
that?
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, I think when it comes to law enforcement, like I don't really. I feel like they have their own agenda as well. It's like there's like an agenda for a lot of things here in America.
I don't know what law enforcement is. Some laws
Yeah.
are just clear to me, but a lot of them I don't know aren't. So I don't even. I don't like these people. Is all I can say. Like I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like you know this is like not the same city that it was, and
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I had an incident that has happened. Well, one time, I think I probably told you this, but while I was away, while I was out of New York City, somebody broke into my apartment. I'm thinking it was an inside job because there was no forced entry or anything. Somebody obviously had the key, so it was probably somebody in management broke into my apartment while I was away. Well, they didn't break into it.
That's
They had a
horrifying.
key.
No,
They
don't
had
you think?
access
Like
to
you're
it.
telling me this like story that I could relate to, but don't you think that's horrifying? Like even if you were laughing about it, like I would say, wow, that's horrifying. Something needs to be done.
Exactly. This happened a long time ago. Like it was like about 5 years. Was it like maybe four
Oh
or
my
five
God!
years
Don't be
ago?
pulling my leg. Are you really pulling like the?
No,
Okay.
this really happened. And they took my MacBook. I had like a MacBook here. They took my MacBook. I had some old cell phones. They took like my old cell phone and everything else like that. So I come back from my trip and I'm tired, right? Because I went to visit. I have a friend that works in finance and she lives she was working from Singapore at the time. So I had just visited. I was jet lagged. I get home. So I go to sleep. I do notice that something is off in my apartment, but I'm just tired. So when I wake up the next morning, I realize that my MacBook is missing. There are things missing in my apartment. So I called the police, and they barely did anything. They took the report and everything else. They even another thing that they did was also not the police, but whoever broke into my apartment. I had like old checks. That was back in the days, like 4 or 5 years ago, when people actually used checks, and they actually used some of my checks to try to get money out of my account, but they weren't able to because they weren't able to falsify my signature. So it was flagged by my bank account. Law enforcement came, police came, and everything else, and
What?
they
Dania,
took my
can I
information.
interrupt you? Like, since we're talking like this, why on
Yeah.
earth would they steal from you? Like, are you like exceedingly rich? Like, why on earth would they steal from you? Because people usually,
Exactly.
you know,
I don't know, but they did break into my apartment and they took my MacBook for sure. They took a few old cell phones that I had.
were
Like,
the police
like-
confused? Because the police get confused when things like this happen to me. I told you, like, what happened at my apartment several times. They get
Yeah.
confused because they're like, where's the MO? And like, you know, and then it's like, but like, I swear to God, I'm not lying to you, officer. But sometimes they like, they're police. I can't judge them either. They collect evidence, but sometimes when like, and they establish like protocols, like they're slow to change, you know. Sometimes bad things happen because their protocols are slow to change, the way they react to situations,
Yeah.
you know. And that makes me so scared because sometimes people like go to such extremes, and they just didn't, like, you ask most earthly people, would they like do this or that for money? And you know, they'd be like shocked, like, oh my God, but nobody's ever done this before. But you know what, it's been shocking times. Like, people are getting like weirder, honestly. Like, they thought it was progress maybe before, like, you know, they had like you know, like gay lib and stuff like that, in like black people and stuff. They're all getting more like, people are like, well, freedom, but then things get to perversions, you know. And like, the cops just don't expect things, especially like, oh my God, like if it was like one law enforcement agency against another law enforcement agency, or God forbid, right, or something like that. And it's just like, I don't know, like, I don't know. But
Yeah.
thank you for your story. It puts me
Yeah,
somewhat at
I mean-
ease to hear the story.
Yeah. And and to finish off the story, so they took my information and everything else like that. They never actually did anything. And have in mind, I'm a woman. I live by myself. I live in the South Bronx. You know, I don't live in the safest neighborhood. And one of the cops just told me, "Oh, you should leave a pair of like construction boots outside of your apartment so that they think that there's a man living in there." That's what they told me. That's what law enforcement told me. So that's what
Oh,
they
that's
told me.
too
They
much
told
for
to
me.
leave
I
a
don't
pair
know
of
what to
construction
do.
boots outside my apartment, so that to lure off the whoever broke into my apartment. And they also told me to
Oh my God,
kind of
I
switch
don't
up my
know what to
schedule
do
a little
with you.
bit. You know, not to always have a predictable schedule when I go to work.
Oh no.
So that was their advice to me, and they never really did anything. So
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I had a good laugh and everything, but this is duly like serious. Like, this hair
but
diarrhea,
that's
raising
really what they
my
told
son
me.
like this. I know. So like, we've been on the phone for 29 minutes. I'm gonna go, but I'm gonna say something. Like, you probably heard it before, but like, I might not be too like aware of the law to its full extent. But if they do catch criminals, like they say, I read this somewhere, being unaware of the law to its full extent, it does not make you exempt from it, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
like
that's true.
sometimes it takes them a while. Like if somebody is or was messing with me, I would feel that way, that maybe, you know, hopeful that eventually like they catch them, and then when they like process people, they really process them, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope that that's the case, you know. But it was good catching up with you, and I'll definitely follow up with you next week. Thank you for hearing my crazy story, but it really did happen, and that was
I feel a little
that was
crazy
my
sometimes,
experience.
so I mean, it's, you know, yeah, that's a crazy story. So
Yeah.
thank you for
Yeah.
telling
Yeah,
me a
but
crazy
I'll
story.
definitely follow up with you next week.
Okay, because
All
you
right,
know,
bye
like
bye.
I have priorities. I have your point priority, right? I want to help my son, whatever it is. I want to help him.
Dragon Slayer's coming. Go, go, go! Ha-ha! Ta-ta! Dragon Slayer. I'll see you on the other side. Look at you. You look silly. Oh, Dragon.